Hello, Aidan Nouwen here, and thank you for joining me today. Loneliness. If you are a reader, then there's bound to be some books in your collection, in your library of books that you haven't yet read. I came across one such book the other day. I had been sorting out stuff, tidying up, and for some reason, this particular book was left abandoned, isolated on its own, in the midst of a neatly organized bookshelf. Now, the book is by Henri J. Nouwen, and the title is The Inner Voice of Love, subtitled A Journey Through Anguish to Freedom. Nouwen was a great spiritual writer. Now, I dipped into this book as I had done so some years back. The book was written at a time in the life of Nouwen when he was in total despair, darkness, nothingness, and loneliness. And in the midst of his despair, with the assistance of two people who supported him in his total despair and anguish, Nouwen managed to write every day about his experiences. Despite the anguish and despair, his writing never suffered. For over 8 years he had hid his writings from public eyes, and only upon friends urging him did he publish, and the result is the book mentioned above. On page 31 of the book, there's a chapter entitled Find the Source of Your Loneliness, and Nouwen urges us that whenever we feel lonely, you must try to find the source of this feeling. And he says that you're either inclined to run away from it, from your loneliness, or to dwell in it. And if you dwell in it, you only go into deep despair and even into depression. But if you run away from it, your loneliness will not actually go away. It will simply force it out. You will simply force it out of your mind temporarily. Now, he says that the task is not to escape your loneliness, not to let yourself drown in it, but to find its source. And he states also that this is not so easy to do because you somehow when you can identify the place from which the feelings come from, emerge, they will lose their task and power over you. They will lose their power over you. And this is so important because when we face up to things, when we name the thing, when we identify the thing, when we bring it out into the open, into the daylight, the power that we thought it had previously holding us back dissipates. And he says this is not an intellectual task. He says it is a task of the heart, because with your heart you must search for that place without fear. And he also states that when you experience that loneliness deeply within you, you can also experience the other side of the loneliness, which may be a unique gift to you, because you can experience in your innermost that truth of this. You find your loneliness may not only be tolerable, but even fruitful. He states that what primarily seemed to be very painful, indeed it was painful and is painful, you may then become a feeling that even though the pain is there, it opens you up to an even deeper knowledge, a deeper awareness, and if you believe in God, a deeper awareness of God's love. That's all for now. I'm Aidan Nouwen, and thank you for listening, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.